Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. I was playing around with the ribbon effect, and I thought, wonder what it would look like rotated. So this one I did a little bit different, which I'm going to do for the video. This one I just did it regular, but you can see there's one on top, and this one doesn't really matter because it's so little. So what we're going to do, we're just going to draw one. And if you haven't ever drawn a ribbon, let me get this out of the way. Wow, look how big they are. Let's draw a ribbon. And we're going to just take a 2-point curve line. Whoop, no, excuse me, the freehand tool. And I've got my smoothness set on 100, which is the freehand smoothing. It'll make your movement of your mouse a lot smoother. So let's call that good. Now I'm going to take it, I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard, and I'm going to go to the right and up a little bit to make it kind of look like that. Now I'm going to take two-point lines, and I have a couple of videos on this just recently, but never did I rotate them. So now all I'm doing is closing up the ends. And you know what? I don't like that right there, so I'm going to take out that node and that node. That doesn't really change it. I just didn't like that look. Now what we need to do is make so the ribbon won't be so thin, we're going to take a 2-point line and go from about right there to right there. And then we're going to take the virtual segment delete key, and I'm deleting lines you should not be able to see. So here it's going to be a little bit bigger one. I'm going to go from there to there. And what that's doing is just making the ribbon a little bit more thick and making it look like it's going to turn. So 2-point line again from about right there to right there and delete that part. Now I'm going to go ahead and weld this together so it'll be all one piece. I'm going to make it quite a bit smaller. And I don't really have to center from the center of the page, but what I want to do is get rid of part of this. So I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate, double click on the rotation and put it to this outer area. And then I'm going to rotate it, let's go 20 degrees. And what that's going to do is going to make this part kind of all blend in. So now we can fill this in. I'm going to use, I like that orange. I'm going to fill that in, and that in. Now, I can actually take away the outline on both of them. And now we're going to add a little interactive fill tool. So we're going to click on this first one and go to the interactive fill tool and just kind of swipe upwardly and give a little black. That'll make like the ribbons going underneath it. That's a little bit too much, so I'm going to expand that out. Now this one's actually going underneath, so I'm going to do the same thing there. And I didn't really have to probably do that to the first one because it was on top, but I think it'll add to it. This one's actually going both directions, so I'm going to expand this out and put black here. Then I can bring in my same orange and put it like right there and right there. That way it looks like it's going under. Then I'm going to click on this one and go black and too much, a little bit. And I'm going to call that good. Now I'm going to group this together, Control G. And we just need to rotate from this spot. So Control D and make a duplicate, double click on the rotation to put it here. We rotated 20 degrees, so we're going to rotate 20 degrees. And see, that way there's no middle part that's going to be overlapping. They're all going to be equal. Then what's really going to show it off, let's Control G to group it. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Hit P, put it in the center of the page. And if you'll bring in a black background, draw a rectangle, turn it black, go up to Arrange, Order, Back a Page. Pretty cool design. You can actually kind of see the ribbon. Now, I'm going to select it all and right-click, no outline. Well, those black lines are just going to be there just because you can just barely see them. It's just like the shadow part. But that's a pretty cool effect. And, well, I think this one's probably better because I didn't rotate it as far, which I actually think it kind of looks better. let's just do that. Let's take away our box and just, whoop, I grouped it together. So go to arrange, group, and ungroup. And then if you'll hold down the Alt key, it'll get rid of anything it touches. So you don't have to do them all. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key, hit delete, hold down the Alt key, hit delete, and we'll go ahead and just delete these last ones. Now, this one's already at an angle, but that's okay. We're going to Control D and make a duplicate, move the center rotation in there, and let's rotate it plus 36 degrees. Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D. You get a total different look. Let's bring in I actually think the first one might have been as good as it's going to get. But that's pretty cool. That's a cool design. And I should have really changed it because if you remember, I cut this out at 20 degrees, but it's still a cool design. So if you're going to do it for real at 36 degrees, do your first rotation at 36 and delete that. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.